My name is Victoria Winters. Long weeks ago, a sudden death occurred near Collinwood. A death I now suspect was murder. I thought I knew the identity of the murderer, only to find new evidence. Evidence that points to a member of the Collins family.
What's wrong?
Nothing.
You look strange.
I was just thinking about the pen Burke Devlin gave you. You said it was valuable. It's a shame you lost it.
I didn't lose it. Uncle Roger lost it.
That's what I mean.
I was so annoyed with him. If he wouldn't let me keep the pen, the least he could have done was gotten it back to Burke without losing it. It was so careless of him.
Has he searched for it?
Oh, he's turned the house upside down looking for it, but hasn't found it. It just seems to have vanished.
Are you sure that he lost it the night Bill Malloy died?
Yes, positive. Vicky, I wouldn't be very likely to forget anything that happened that night.
No, I suppose you wouldn't.
Why? What difference does it make to you?
Well, I thought if he lost it more recently, I might be able to find it.
You wouldn't be very likely to find it. It's been missing for weeks. Ever since that terrible night. The night poor Mr. Malloy was killed. Awfully interested in that pen.
Well, I know it meant a lot to you, and I'd like to help you find it.
Thanks. But forget it. It's gone, and it's not likely to turn up at this late date.
I suppose not.
Anyway, Burke gave it to me, and it was an expensive gift. Doesn't that prove something?
Maybe.
Don't you believe he gave it to me?
Oh, yes, I believe you.
Well?
What do you want me to say?
I don't care what you say, Vicky. Burke wouldn't have given me an expensive gift like that if he didn't like me, whether you want to admit it or not.
Carolyn, I admit it.
You do?
Yes. I'm sure Burke likes you. There's no reason why he shouldn't. You're a very attractive girl.
Well, that's a switch.
Why? I never said Burke wasn't attracted to you.
You said he was only using me to hurt Mother and Uncle Roger.
I never said that. You did.
Well, you implied it.
Well, maybe I did. And maybe I was wrong.
What?
Maybe I've been unfair to Burke. Now, I know how he feels about your Uncle Roger, but I don't know how much of that feeling transfers to you. Maybe none of it does.
Vicky, I don't understand you at all.
Well, I just don't want to be unfair to Burke. Whatever I think of him, I don't think he's a monster.
But just a minute ago, you were telling me how dangerous he is. You even seemed frightened of him.
Why should I be frightened of him?
That's what I'd like to know.
Well, I'm not frightened of him. I have no reason to be.
Well, you had me wondering.
You misunderstood me.
Then why all this big fuss about my date with Burke?
I didn't mean to make a big fuss over it. I just didn't want you to get into trouble with your family.
I won't get into trouble.
Well, you know what your mother's going to say, not to mention your Uncle Roger.
They won't say anything about it if they don't know about it.
Aren't you planning to tell them?
Why should I? To listen to them scream?
This is a small town, and news travels fast. They're bound to find out.
Maybe they will, and maybe they won't. If they do, then I'll face that problem when the time comes. In the meantime, why borrow trouble?
Well, that's for you to decide. I'm not going to tell you what you should do.
Vicky, you won't tell them, will you? Well, I don't mean that you should lie to them. Just don't tell them. Especially Uncle Roger, please. For me.
Well, I won't make an announcement of it. That's what you mean.
Thanks. We are friends again.
I hope so. Carolyn, where are you meeting Burke?
At the Blue Whale.
At what time?
7 o'clock.
You just think you have a date with Burke Devlin. We'll wait till my father finds out.
David, how long have you been eavesdropping?
Long enough. I'm not going to let you see Burke. It isn't fair.
What isn't fair?
You seeing Burke when I'm not allowed to. And I'm going to stop you.
Oh, you are you? Well, now, how do you plan to do that, David? Are you going to call Burke and tell him to cancel our date?
I'm going to tell my father, and he'll stop you.
All right, David. You just go ahead and do that.
I will.
It really couldn't matter less to me. Nobody can stop me from doing what I want to do. Especially nasty little boys.
My father will stop you. He'll tell you can't go, and he'll make you stay in the house. You wait and see.
He really is a little monster.
Carolyn.
Oh, I wish my mother had never let him come to live here.
Carolyn, you won't be using your car for the next few hours, will you?
No. Why, you want to borrow it?
If you don't mind, I've got a couple of errands to run in town.
I don't mind. The keys are in the car. Just please have it back in time for me to meet Burke.
I will.
Who is it?
Vicky Winters.
Vicky. Well, this is a surprise.
Hello, Burke.
Come in, come in.
Thanks.
To what do I owe this unexpected honor?
I have to talk to you. It's very important.
What's going on?
Something I found out this afternoon, something that terrifies me.
What happened?
I found out that Roger's been lying. He said he wasn't at Widow's Hill at Lookout Point the night Bill Malloy was killed. But he was, and I think he murdered Bill Malloy.
Would you please repeat that last statement?
I said I think Roger murdered Bill Malloy. Or I should say I think it's very possible.
Why?
You had a motive to if the things you say about that accident 10 years ago are true.
But they're true. They're true, all right. Roger was guilty of that manslaughter charge. Malloy must have found out. Roger had to keep him quiet. But how do you know that Roger was at Lookout Point that night?
I found a pen. The pen he lost that night. It was on the beach at Lookout Point.
A silver filigreed fountain pen with a fancy design on it?
Yes.
That was my pen. I gave it to Carolyn. Roger took it away from her, and he lost it.
I know.
Did you know that pen was originally mine?
Yes.
How? Did Carolyn tell you?
No, I saw one exactly like it and found out you had the duplicate.
Blair's pen.
Yes.
So that was it.
What?
You saw that pen at a restaurant in Bangor. That's why you wouldn't ride back to Collinsport with me. You actually thought...
What else could I think?
No wonder you didn't ride back with me. You thought I'd murdered Malloy.
I didn't know you'd given the pen to Carolyn until this afternoon.
Well, now you know who lost the pen. And in 5 seconds, the sheriff is going to know. Have you got the pen?
No.
Well, you'll have to get it. We need it for solid evidence to back up your story with the sheriff.
I can't find it anywhere. I think it was stolen.
Stolen?
It must have been stolen. It disappeared shortly after I found it.
Did Roger see you with it?
Yes, but that was before I knew what it was. Then it disappeared. I thought David took it.
Of course, Roger took it. He took it to conceal the only evidence there is against him.
It is possible. He was in the house that afternoon. There were only 3 of us there. David, Roger, and myself.
Oh, if only Roger hadn't seen that pen. He's probably destroyed it by now.
Maybe he has. As a matter of fact, when I think back, he was very anxious about that pen. He didn't want me to mention it to anyone.
Well, at least you've seen the pen. And you know when Roger left the house that night. I mean, I assume you're willing to change your testimony.
I don't think I can.
Why not? Knowing what you now know.
Well, I'm still not sure what time he left the house. Now, I know that he was downstairs at 10:30. And when I went up to my room, it was a little after that, and he was still in the drawing room.
Vicky, when you went up to your room, Roger walked right out the front door.
He said he had some paperwork, some contracts to sign. Now, that would have taken 10 or 15 minutes.
If he was telling the truth. Obviously, he wasn't.
Well, it isn't obvious to me.
How can you say that?
I'm saying that I cannot swear to the time he left the house because I didn't see him leave.
He had a motive. A strong motive to kill Bill Malloy. Who else did?
He had a motive if the things you say are true.
Of course they're true. Malloy found out what happened 10 years ago. Roger killed him to keep him quiet.
Well, that may have been what happened, but we can't be sure. Because Bill Malloy died before he could tell what he knew.
You know Roger Collins is guilty, or you wouldn't be here.
I don't know it. I'm frightened and I don't know what to think. I came here because I had to talk to somebody.
All right, Vicky, you came to the right place. Because I do know what to think. Everything I suspected is true. Roger Collins is a murderer.
Hello, Father.
Hello, David. What devilment have you been up to today?
Why don't you ask Carolyn that same question?
Oh, David, I'm in no mood for your riddles tonight.
Father?
What is it, David?
What is the worst thing that anybody could ever do to you?
David, please, I told you I'm in no mood for your riddles, and I meant it.
Take me. What if I joined your enemies and was plotting against you?
Well, you haven't always been the most loyal son in the world.
Well, I'm not making secret plans with Burke Devlin the way some people are.
Devlin? What's this all about?
Carolyn.
What about her?
She made secret plans to meet Miss Burke Devlin tonight.
Secret plans?
Yes, you're not supposed to know this. But she's meeting Burke Devlin at the Blue Whale tonight. I heard her tell Miss Winters.
Are you lying to me?
Ask Carolyn.
I fully intend to. Where is she?
In her room.
Does Carolyn have any idea of what she told you?
No, none.
You sure?
Yes, she was quite curious as to why I was asking so many questions about the pen. But I told her I just wanted to help her find it. She seemed to believe that.
There's no chance, no, Black, please. There's no chance she'll go to Roger and tell him you were asking questions.
I don't see why she would.
Nick.
She doesn't know that I was at Lookout Point and I found the pen, and she doesn't know that Roger lost it there. So I don't see why she'd go to him and tell him that.
Yeah, I guess she wouldn't. What about Roger? Does he suspect anything?
No. He couldn't. I haven't seen him since I found out.
Good. When you see him, be cagey. I don't want him to know you suspect a thing.
You don't have to tell me that.
Well, the next step is decide what are we going to do.
Well, that's why I came here, because I don't know what to do.
Well, I'm for going to the sheriff and tell him everything.
And then what?
He'll question Roger.
And?
If we're lucky, we'll get a confession out of him.
Isn't that wishful thinking?
Yeah. Well, you saw the pen. I could get the duplicate from Blair, and you could swear that the one you found at Lookout Point was exactly like it.
But the pen itself doesn't exist. I can only testify from memory, and that wouldn't be good enough for the sheriff.
Well, you're a reliable witness. I'm sure he would take your word for anything.
Burke, I'm still not sure that Roger killed Bill Malloy.
Vicky, I don't understand you. You know the facts. How can you doubt it?
All I know is that Roger was at Lookout Point the night that Bill Malloy was killed. I can't be any more sure of things than that. Oh, he could have had a motive to kill him, and he could have left the house earlier than he said he did. But I cannot be certain of these things.
You sound like you were trying to protect him.
No, I'm not. I'm frightened. But I think that there is a very good chance that he did kill Bill Malloy.
Well?
I'm still not positive, and if I'm not positive, how can the sheriff be?
Yeah, you're right about that. The sheriff wouldn't believe Roger killed Malloy if he saw him do it on Main Street with a butcher knife at high noon.
But I can't stand by and do nothing either. That's not right.
There must be some answer. Well, there's only one thing to do.
What's that?
We'll have to forget about going to the sheriff, at least for the time being. You were right what you said a while ago. We haven't got enough evidence to convict Roger of jaywalking, let alone murder.
Then what are we going to do?
Well, we'll just have to try to find more evidence.
Evidence? What kind of evidence?
Well, there's the pen. If we could find that pen, we could have tangible proof of your story.
But you said that Roger probably got rid of it.
I have a pretty good idea that Roger has stashed that pen somewhere.
Well, then we'll just have to find it.
Would you, Vicky?
Well, supposing it is in Collinwood. That's a huge house. Roger could have hidden it in 100 different places. And it could stay hidden.
But we could try.
What if we never find the pen?
Well, Roger might inadvertently drop some little piece of information. And you're in the house, you could find it. And until then, we've got to sit tight and just pretend everything is all right until we find something to go on.
All right. I'll do whatever you think I should do.
I know, Vicky, you're afraid of Roger. But you said yourself there's no reason for you to be afraid.
I'm afraid he might find out what I know.
How could he do that? Unless you tip your hand, and you won't.
I'm afraid he might find out some other way.
How could he? You said Carolyn won't tell him anything. Is there any other person who might tell him?
No.
Well, then, for the time being, you're perfectly safe in that house. If you weren't, I wouldn't let you go back there.
Carolyn, I forbid you to see Burke Devlin tonight or any other night.
I'm sorry, Uncle Roger, but you can't forbid me to do anything. Burke has asked me to have dinner with him, and I'm going to have dinner with him.
How can you think of associating with that man? You know what he's trying to do to us, to the whole family.
Right, Uncle Roger. You don't happen to like Burke.
It's more than not liking him, Carolyn. This is a man who's out to destroy us, the whole Collins family.
He's not out to destroy me.
You don't know him the way I do. You don't know how insidious, what a dangerous enemy he can be.
You sound like Vicky.
Vicky?
She said the same thing about Burke. As a matter of fact, she used that exact word to describe him. Dangerous. But I didn't listen to her, and I'm not going to listen to you.
When did Vicky say that? Why did she say
For
that?
the same reason you are telling me. She's trying to talk me out of going out with Burke. She thinks he's only trying to use me.
Well, she's right.
Well, you may think so, but Vicky's not so sure anymore. As a matter of fact, she was quite surprised to find that Burke had given me a very expensive present.
Present? What present?
You know very well what present. The silver filigreed pen, the one you wouldn't let me keep.
Oh, you told Vicky about the pen?
Why not?
Did you Did you tell her what happened to the pen?
I told her you took it away from me and then promptly lost it.
I see.
Why? Is there any reason why I shouldn't have told her?
Oh, no. No reason at all.
Where will the time tunnel lead to this week? The distant past or far into the future? Wherever it takes you, you'll find danger and suspenseful drama. Step into the time tunnel tonight right after The Green Hornet here on ABC. Dark Shadows is a Dan Curtis production.